So what's up, everyone, and happy Sunday. I hope everyone is having a great day, a beautiful day, and a blessed day as always. I hope everyone has enjoyed their weekend. Okay. So as always, you guys, let's get into this message so that we can get right and not be left behind. All right. All right. So for today's message, you guys, I want to talk a little bit about, how should I say it? Be careful about who you come against, right? In any type of negative way. And, from time, first of all, let me go back to yesterday's video, you guys. If you did watch yesterday's video, I'm sorry because it was a little blurry. I figured out that I think I had a little bit of water stain on my camera, right? So that was the issue for yesterday's video. But anyway, as you all may have heard, well, I know that you all have heard about the young girl, the 25 year old girl, Shanquella Robinson, who was brutally attacked and killed in Mexico with a group of friends. And the story about what they told her parents about what her death was, but ultimately came out that she suffered from a broken neck and a severed spinal cord. Listen, and this is just not really a message about her. And I first and foremost do want to say, rest in peace, baby girl. And I hope that you get the justice that you so deserve. But what I want to get from that is the power of God, right? What I want to relay to anybody and to everyone about how God moves and how God works. Listen, there is many stories in the Bible, right, that tells us how God shows up and shows out for his kids. You know what I'm saying? For anybody, who reads the Bible, that there's many different stories. And one of my favorite ones is whenever Moses and Aaron, was trying to rescue the children out of Egypt from Pharaoh, right? And that story. So if you haven't, go read that story. But that's one of my favorite stories. There's that evidence of how God shows up and shows out for us, right? So listen, but here on earth, Shanquella Robinson, listen, when I tell you that is pure evidence of how God shows up and shows out for us. Listen, it is so sad and unfortunate and tragic that it had to happen, when she died. But I want you to think about this. If God can show up and show out in such a way for you when you die, just imagine what he can do for you while you're still living, right? Because this girl's death has sparked the entire world, right? It has the entire world talking and defending her, and like I like to say, are on the necks of everyone who was there. Because like they say, if it wasn't for the social media and the people in this world really hashtagging her name and speaking about her story, the police would not have did the investigation like they were supposed, like, you know what I'm saying, like how they should have done it from the very beginning, right? But it took for the world to start talking about her and what happened, and for the video to surface, for the police to do their job, right? But again, all this is God's work. God has his hand in all of this because he works in mysterious ways like this. Because did you think he was gonna let her die like that and let her friends tell a story like that, and they thought that they were going to get away with it? No. Listen, you thought, but remember this, God sits high and looks low. He sees and hears everything. Everything. So they thought, with their own stupidity, they thought that this story was valid and that they were going to, clearly they thought that they were going to get away with it, but God said no. So again, in life, listen, we have to be careful who you come up against. If you are a person just out here trying to get people and hurt people, or just speaking negatively on people, or just crossing people in any type of negative way, listen, you better be mindful, because you never know the hand of God that is on a person's life. And again, Shanquella Robinson is the evidence of the hand, how the hand of God is on her life, was on it so heavily, and them people did not know it, but they know it now. They thought that they were doing something coming up against her. attacking her, and then ultimately killing her. But God said, listen, my child will not die in vain. Y'all, what y'all did in the dark will come to the light. See, because they didn't know that I'm sure they had no idea that it was going to get this much attention. They had no idea. But again, it's because they didn't know who she was for real. They did not know how much the favor and the mercy was on her life. So in life, listen, be careful, be mindful. Matter of fact, just stop coming up against people altogether. That's the best bet that we can all do in life, is just to treat people with kindness. Treat people how we want to be treated. Right? Because you don't know, if you are a person who is doing this, you don't know what kind of karma. You don't know how God is going to come for you whenever you come for one of his kids, because again, he don't play about his kids. And remember that the devil has kids too. So clearly those people work for the devil. But you got to pick a side. What are you trying to feel the wrath of God, or work for the devil? Because I know I promise you, God is worse. His wrath is worse. So I just wanted to remind people to just not only be careful of who you come up against, but not to even come up against people, because you just never know. You never know who you're dealing with. Listen, it is so sad that this is where we are in the world today. It is so sad, and I just pray that things get a whole lot better, because we need it. It's a time where we used to were able to enjoy life and have fun and go places and not have to worry about these type of things. But again, this is where we are in the world. But again, remind you that God shows up and he shows out. No matter what we are facing in our own lives and in this world, we have to know and remember that God still is here. He is still here, and he allows certain things, and end up all things work together for our good, and his is for his glory. So he has a plan in anything that he does, and anything that is going on in the world. You know what I'm saying? God allows, and he has a plan for it. He has a plan, and he's gonna come. And he's gonna come, and he's gonna show up again and show out for those who love him. Right? So you got to decide what side that you want to be on. And let's just all push to be better, so that we can all push to make this world such a better and safer place to live in, you guys. So as always, on this beautiful Sunday, I hope everyone has a great day. And as always, you guys, let's be motivated, but most importantly, let's stay inspired.